swore to me that you were not going to tell Cord about Clint. Not right now.
But I haven't.
But you also promised me you were going to give me advance warning. No, but now I find out that you're going to have this secret breakfast meeting with Cord. You're planning on spilling out everything, aren't you?
Are you finished?
No, I am not finished. What about Jessica, huh? You said you weren't going to burden Clint with that until Jessica was home and safe. What happened to that?
Now you are finished because it's my turn. First of all, I never told you anything about any warning beforehand. And secondly, there is no point in waiting until Jessica is home because Clint has already found out, and not for me.
Well, who could have possibly told him? The only ones that know about it are you, me, and Asa.
Well, I guess it could be my fault in a way. Before Jessica was kidnapped, I got into an argument with Vicky, and I told her about Clint and Cord before I could stop myself.
Oh, that's great. That's great. You told my sister? Well, how long is it going to take her before she figures out about the inheritance, huh? Or why I lied to Richard? What did Clint do when Vicky told him?
Well, he came over here to find out if it was true, and I told him everything.
You told him that I knew for months? You told him about the blackmailing?
No, Tina, I did not go into your part of it, but Asa might. When Clint left here, he was on the way to face his father with the truth.
Maybe Asa will tell Clint about that. Maybe Cord doesn't have to find out right away.
Oh, Tina, of course he's going to find out. It's only a matter of time.
Time? You're right, Maria. That's what I need to figure out what to... Maria, I know we have had some awful arguments. But please, just do me one favor, please, for Cord.
I'll listen to you.
You know, it's going to be hard enough on Cord when he finds out about his real father. Don't make it harder for him by telling him that I knew for months and to tell him all about the blackmailing, at least not right now.
Tina, I don't know where the conversation will lead.
Please, Maria. Please, I'm begging you, don't. Don't tell him.
Tina? Tina? Girl, are you...
Tina, I don't feel that I owe you anything. But I do agree that what you're saying is true. I mean, it would be too much for Cord to hear all at once that Al was not his father and that Clint is. But I must tell you, I was going to tell Cord everything until Clint came over tonight.
Why, what did Clint say?
Oh, he was so angry, and I know that I know that Cord is going to be just as angry with me when he finds out that I've kept the truth from him. But anyway, my point is, how is my son going to feel if I tell him that his wife is a lying, scheming, that you manipulated him into marriage because you knew that he was a Buchanan?
Maria, no, you can't.
No, don't worry. I won't. But not for your sake, only for his. Look, I think that you love my son in your own selfish way, and I know that he loves you, and if he's going to be as enraged as I think he's going to be, he will be needing you, Tina. So he is not going to hear about your tricks from me.
Maria, thank you. You are not going to regret this. I promise you. I love Cord. I love him more than anything, and I'm going to be the best wife to your son that he could possibly ever want. And if he's mad at you, I promise I'll do everything in my power to make him forgive you.
Time will take care of that, thank you. He's entitled to feel whatever that may be.
Well, I have to get back. Maria, I am very grateful.
Tina, one more thing. I want you to understand this very clearly. Now, when I tell Cordetto the truth tomorrow morning, I do not want you to be there. Do you understand?
Broken him down. I don't know how far it would have gone if Chuck hadn't broken it up.
Darling, you wouldn't have killed him. You couldn't have. You were just angry.
I wouldn't bet on that. All I could think of was the years that have been lost to me because of his treachery and his manipulating and his... And it was like a dam broke in me, and all the anger and the bitterness and the red-hot hate just came pouring out.
Darling, it's all been said now. It's over.
No, no, no. It's never over with your parents. You know, when I was driving home, I tried talking to God to get some answers, to try and understand what the hell is going on. I mean, I have tried to live a moral life, to be decent, and honest and compassionate.
Darling, you are all of those things.
No, no. I must have done something wrong. I have made a mistake or broken a rule someplace that I didn't even know was there, that I didn't even see. Because otherwise, why would a man lose a little baby girl and his father in 1 week?
Please don't say that. Please don't, honey. You have to believe that Jessica's coming back to us. You have to.
Oh, yeah, that's what Cord says. I can't even tell you how I felt after leaving my father and having that little shell-shocking incident with him and then running into Cord. It was all I could do to keep him saying, hey, you know, guess what? I'm your father.
Oh, honey, I know. I know. I hope you don't mind, darling. I told Tom Dennison about you and Cord tonight.
What? Well, as a matter of fact, I do mind. This is deeply personal stuff. This is family business, honey. He's a friend, but that's it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was very upset when the phone call came, and I called him and asked him to come over.
What phone call? What? What'd they say?
Well, that's just it. I mean, the phone rang, and I picked it up. And there wasn't anybody there, or they weren't talking. And then I could hear somebody breathing. It seemed to me they were very frightened. And they weren't on the phone long enough for the tracer to go through. They just sort of suddenly hung up, and the agents think it was a crank, but I don't know.
I'm sorry, honey, maybe the agents are right.
No, they're not right. Don't ask me why. I just have this feeling. It was not a crank.
No wonder you were upset. I'm glad Tom was able to come by. And I'm sorry I wasn't here for you.
I'm sorry, honey. I didn't mean to say anything. It just, I was upset, and then suddenly I ended up telling him why you'd gone to see Maria. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cause any more problems for you.
It'll all be out in the morning. We'll know it all in the morning. Maria's gonna tell Cord over breakfast. And then nobody will have to hide anything from anybody. Of course, a new father coming into Cord's life might be, well, not the most welcome type thing. He could very well tell Clint Buchanan to just go straight to hell.
That's not going to happen. I know it's not. Because you two are already good friends. Honey, we have to be positive now. We have to start thinking of all the good things that could happen tomorrow. We could find our little baby girl. And you will have the son that you've always wanted.
Morning, Ma.
Good morning.
Here I am, bright and early. Whoa, just like I promised. I'm all ready for breakfast. What do you got here?
I'm so glad that you're alone. I was afraid that Tina might have insisted on coming with you.
I'll tell you, it's not from lack of trying, Ma. Last night and this morning, she pulled out every weapon in her arsenal trying to come along, but I told her no, so I hope whatever it is you've got to say to me is worth going home to an angry woman tonight.
Cord, it's the most important thing you've ever heard in your life.
Okay, well, listen, before you start, I want to get one thing straight. Now, if not having Tina here means that you want me to keep from her whatever it is you're going to say to me, I'm going to have to take a pass. Because Tina and I have no secrets, Mom.
Right. Well, I wouldn't not expect you to want to tell her this, Cord, but this is very private between you and me. I think you're going to agree to that.
Okay. Well, you piqued my curiosity. What's up?
Well, Cord, it's about you and your father.
Come on, Ma. No reason to look so down. I like talking about Pa. It makes me feel good. You know, it makes me feel a little bit closer to him, you know? Like, he's still with us. Boy, am I glad you got breakfast. I'm starving here.
Court, he's closer than you think.
Well, why are you so serious all of a sudden? Hey, is this something about Pa's will? I know what it is. They found another 2,000 acres, right? And it's all my name?
That isn't funny.
Sorry, Ma, just trying to lighten up the situation here a little bit. It's pretty obvious you've been trying to talk to me for the last couple of days. The minute I walk in the door, you start hemming and hawing. What's going on?
I just don't want to be rushed, if that's all right with you.
Yeah, that's fine with me, Ma. Take your time.
There are some things that have to be understood in their proper context.
Context? Well, Ma, I don't know what you have in your mind here, but it's got to be one hell of a story about Pa. And the way you're just dragging it out like this, I bet it's a lot better than that time you told us about when he joined the Texas Rangers. Remember that?
Cornetto, please.